That's funny. That's funny. I turned my camera sideways. I thought it was going to turn.
All right, there we go. Webinar's live, so people are joining as attendees. Let's post the link everywhere and get this thing rolling.
We can throw a little music on.
Oh, yeah.
What you about to throw on?
Go ahead, brother Nate.
I don't know, man. What y'all feel like listening to, man?
I've been listening to the instrumentals to keep everything cool, but you go, this is your show, bro.
That makes sense. We might have some kids watching. This makes sense. Let me pull that up.
You see people talking about 11-year-olds and all of that taking trades. It's like, you don't know who on this call. I'm sending this alert out everywhere. Welcome, 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 everybody. We see we got 80 panelists on now. We're sending this link out to anybody who is up. Hold on. Live.
Hopping on quick.
Welcome, 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 everybody. I see we got over 100 people live on this call at about 1 a.m. Eastern. I'm not sure where everybody's at. If you guys can do me a favor, could you go ahead and put wherever you're at in the world right now? Good morning. I know some people are coming in from different places in the world. Put where you're at from in the chat box. We got people from the Netherlands, Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Calgary, Nashville, all over. This is incredible. We're 120 people on the call. I would definitely share this call if I were you. We're going to get into some great conversation, hopefully get into a couple of trades, but really be able to talk really about this bag strategy that everybody's hearing about. I know that we're live streaming now and probably 4 or 5 different Facebook groups. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is a very, very exciting time now. I wanted to open the call up by saying thank you to Mr. Nathan Williams and Auvoria Prime for really coming together a few months ago and making this deal possible. I was blessed to be one of the beta testers for this amazing product, AIRO. And over the course of a couple of months of using it, we just saw so much consistency. We saw how easy it was, how simple Nate had really made this strategy. I see people, I've been trading now for 4 years. So I've seen so many different strategies and so many different things that people have tried to implement. And what I love about Nate is that he understands that he makes it simple for the beginner. It's about the person who's never made money in this space before. It's about the person who's new in this. And it's very easy on the eyes to see and understand. And I think that that's why a lot of people are having success. So we just launched this product now, 2 weeks ago with Auvoria Prime. And it's the hottest thing on these Forex streets. So I'm very excited out here to really be with the developer and the creator of this product, Mr. Nathan Williams. So you guys are going to hear from him, hear about the strategy, hear him go over some live charts, some live pairs, and really get a feel for this. Said Texas, got people from all over. Wow, incredible. Toronto, Vancouver. Turn that up, Nate.
Yeah, turn it up, all right.
And you can go ahead and share your screen. I know we're officially in the money zone, and let's just give a light overview of the strategy. I'll go over elite strategy number 1 and number 2, or maybe just number 1 since it's out now. And let's just get into some examples to show people what we're looking for, what's happening. If anybody, actually, you know what? If you've made money using this product already, I don't know if you're watching this on Facebook, you're watching this on the Zoom. We got almost 150 people now on the Zoom. But if you've made money using this product, can you please put some 1s, put some 7s, put some kind of something in the chat box, just so that way people for the new people who may not, they're like, why am I on this call? What are these guys talking about? Why didn't they take any trades? This thing isn't real. Whatever you guys are thinking right now. I just want to know, is there anybody who's actually used this already? And is there a reason that we're all here today? Very excited. So Nick, can you explain what we're looking at and just kind of give like a basic overview as far as just how this works, what kind of, what we're in right now. That way we can just be ready for when the time comes. If we jump into a trade, we don't want a lot of people who are brand new, and because we're on Facebook and we know that now there are people who are watching us who are not a part of our platform just yet. So this could be the first time or the first sight for this. So can you just go through this for me?
Yeah, sure. So what we're looking right here is the Great Britain pound US dollar. So I will take the software off. This is what the Great Britain pound US dollar looks like naked. So a naked chart, nothing on it. And then when we add the AIRO software onto it, This is what the Great Britain pound US dollar looks like. We have a combination of zones. So you have your support zones down here in green. You have your resistance zones here in red. For those who are new to Forex, resistance is like the ceiling. Price hits the ceiling or the ball, like a ball, and back. Same thing with the floor. It backs off the floor, which is the support, and heads back up. All right. You have these candles. Remember on the other chart I showed you without the software, everything was green and red. Well, you see here, if it's below or above the blue line here, it's typically green. If it's above, it's typically red. If it's below. All right. So it just kind of helps you identify the trend. This entire software is built to be a visual indication of where price may be going, and then it give you the confidence and the wherewithal to know to stay in the trade, long term if you're a swing trader or intraday trader. And then for those who are scalpers like myself, and we have a little patience, hey, we're in and we're out. All right. So blue line, moving average. Can't tell you the secret sauce of which one it is, but what is a moving average? A moving average is exactly what it sounds like. It's always moving because there's always new candles. All right. And so it's taking the average of the past previous candles based on whatever the moving average is. So if it was 100 moving average, then it would take the average closed price of the previous 100 candles. And when a new candle forms, it moves again and it drops the first candle off and adds another one. So it's always moving. All right. That way the line follows the overall trend, which is why you see here, price goes up, line goes up, price goes down, line goes down. All right. These shaded areas, shaded area here, and then we just got to the shaded area. This is what we call the money zone. This is a 12-hour time frame. Starts at now, which is 1 a.m. Eastern. My time is midnight Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Pacific, and it will end at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 12 noon Central, or 10 a.m. Pacific. This 12-hour time frame is called the money zone because over 80% of all of the Forex volatility happens during this market, this time frame. That's where over 80% of the market is traded. All the money is traded during this time frame, all right? Then last but not least, you see here, we have arrows. They're all over the place, all right? We don't take every arrow. There's a specific way that we enter into trades. But these arrows, there's 3 different strategies for these arrows. There's a trend confirmation strategy built into one of the arrows. There's a continuation of the trend strategy built into the arrow, as well as a counter trend strategy built into the arrows. All right. So 3 different strategies in one, combined with the actual visual layout, gives you arrow. And then there's 7 different strategies that go with it. Right now, strategy number 3 is getting ready to drop. I guess it's today already. So today, strategy number 3 is getting ready to drop. You guys will like this strategy, I think, a lot, and look forward to getting the feedback on it. So look for that strategy number 3 out of 7 strategies that's getting ready to drop. But that is arrow, and we just got our first alert here. We're not going to look at that one. That's for gold. We don't want to look at gold. We're going to stick with the Forex pairs. And the 10 Forex pairs that I recommend, again, we can always look at more, but the 10 I recommend are the 6 Great Britain pound pairs. So the Great Britain pound US dollar, the Great Britain pound Canadian dollar, all right, the Great Britain pound Japanese yen, the Great Britain pound Australian dollar, the Great Britain pound New Zealand dollar, and the Great Britain pound Swiss franc. And then I recommend 4 euros. The Euro JPY, the Euro Great Britain pound, the Euro Aussie dollar, and then the Euro NZD. These are the 4 euros. So these 10 pairs are the 10 that I recommend. But again, for those who aren't aware, AIRO works on everything. So your Forex pairs, your gold, your indices, your cryptocurrencies, your binary options, as well as your stock market. So if you look at the trade stocks, this is a pair. This is this tool to utilize to do so. That is AIRO in a nutshell. And we're just going to sit back here, vibe out, and look for some trades.
So Nate, I got actually a couple good questions to everybody who's watching right now. One, if you're on the Zoom, put your questions in the actual question and answer box, and I'll have a better opportunity to see them easier. The other ones will get flooded. So two people asked, how do they get AIRO? One, if you want to get AIRO right now and you currently don't have access, you need to reach out to whoever got you access to this Zoom, and they will have a link for you. You need to be a customer of Auvoria Prime. Another two people asked, how much does AIRO cost? Actually, now that's a third person that just asked, how much does AIRO cost? It costs $99 a month. He said, is the indicator available for purchase? Yes, the indicator is available for purchase right now. And again, what I love about Nate's strategy is that his 10 Forex pairs are geared for beginners to be able to jump in and see activity right now. But once you get more experience, like you said, it works for everything. So what I've been able to do now is back test and beta test for the last multiple months utilizing this product. So it's been amazing. So anybody who has any experience Forex trading, like this should look like very easy to do, because it is, and it's identifying some of the things that we already know. Most traders are already aware that the best times to trade are between London and New York session. Oh wait, Nate, somebody actually just brought up a good point. He said his AIRO looks a bit different than Nate's. Can you explain to them that you have an updated version outside of the one that's currently everybody has right now, and that and how that what process works, just so that way
Yeah, I have an updated version. This version will go live for everyone in AP this weekend. Again, for AIRO, we will not update throughout the week. And I believe the company has a mandate now that all updates to all software will happen on Saturdays. So look for this update for next week to come out. There are a couple of changes to the software, so you guys can know who already have it. Number one, you will have the AIRO pips. So this is a pip calculator. So every time you enter to a trade, it will calculate your pips, whether you're negative or positive. And then two, your arrows may look slightly different. Your zones may look slightly different based on the fact that every broker, the price is different. So not all brokers are the same. So I'm using Hugo's way. So your broker is different than mine. Therefore, it looks different. Also, some people's, depending on the broker, may have there's money zone shifted to a different area. So what I've done is, when you put AIRO onto the chart here, you'll see that you have the money zone. It tells you what time frame, at least in my time frame, Central Standard Time, to set it for. And so what you do is you want to convert this time zone here, 12 a.m. Central to start, to 12 p.m. Central to end, and you want to figure out based on your time zone, convert that, and then put the time frames here. So I have 08 to 2000. Now, how do I have that? Why do I have those time frames there? That is based off of my broker. All right. So you see here, let's zoom in. If I look at the beginning of my money zone here, you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, it says 8 o'clock. All right. 2020, 1209, 8 o'clock. And then at the end of the money zone, you can see here, it says 2020, 1209, 2000. All right. That is the money zone time frame. All right. So you just convert Central Standard Time. Therefore, now you have full control over setting the money zone to the correct time frame for your server based on your broker's time. All right. But that's it. That's all there is. So that's the update that's coming out this weekend. And we should be pretty good until next year when we make another update.
Perfect. A couple more questions that we have. One person says they don't understand the money zone. He just broke that down. This is just about what time you're really just trying to trade the majority of or all of London session and the majority of New York session. So the two most popular trading times is what the money zone really is. Somebody said, can you trade cryptos with AIRO? I will say, Nate, can you trade cryptos with AIRO?
Yeah, you can trade cryptocurrencies. You can, anything that has a chart like such, you can actually trade with AIRO. So cryptocurrencies, Forex pairs, indices, gold, your precious metals, your oils, and your stocks, your binary options as well. If it has a similar chart to this, an actual chart, you can trade it. And it has been proven to be just as effective on all those different channels. So look out, because next year we will be having a lot of fun in different markets, for those who want to trade the different markets.
Nate, can you go over your risk reward strategy, why you do so, and how you would go about counting pips if you're a new person?
Sure. So the 10 pairs I trade are the 10, have the 10 highest ADRs in Forex pairs. ADR is the average daily range. So you want, I like pairs that move at least 60 plus pips a day on average, because I have an opportunity to catch at least 20 strategy is 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. And you're wondering, well, Nate, that ratio is off. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. Two on the risk, two risk more than the actual reward. You're right, it is. These pairs need room to move. Now you probably wonder, well, I was trained to have a 1-to-3 ratio, 1-to-5. You're right. Most of those gurus that teach that 1-to-3 ratio, 1-to-5 ratio, they have a 50 to 60% win rate because they have too tight of a stop loss. 50 to 60% is good if you have a low risk, but it sucks to constantly get stopped out in your trades. All right. Now the trades they do make and catch have good upside. However, if you have a strategy, which this strategy is proven not by me, but by the 40 plus AP beta testers and then the 100 plus non-AP beta testers, there's over 150 beta testers that have proven that this strategy that we're going to go over, which is the bag strategy, it has a 85+% win ratio. Now, again, let me stop that real quick. That makes me want to show our disclaimer so we can talk about that real quick.
Thank you, sir.
Let me see here. Let me share the screen with you guys real quick. So this is just a quick disclaimer. So as you guys know, trading Forex is risky. There's no guarantees that you're going to make any money. Past results do not equal future results. And definitely make sure to trade at your own risk. All right. So that's the quick disclaimer for you guys. You guys know the spiel. But we can get back to it. Probably gonna get in trouble for that one, but hey, it's all good.
No, we got the smiley face. We're good, bro.
All right, cool. So that's my risk to reward ratio based off of the fact that trading the bag entry strategy and using the system that is AIRO, all right, because it's not just an indicator. It's a visual layout with 7 different strategies that have turned this into what's called a trading system and not just an actual indicator. Now, a couple points of this. Number one is these arrows, every time they pop up, you get a notification. It'll pop up on your computer, but you can also customize it to have it sent to your phone, all right, through MT4, which is cool because now you don't have to sit in front of the charts all day and you can have access to, knowing when to potentially look at the chart for a potential trade opportunity, throughout the day. All right. And then that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, for the most part, let me see if we got any more questions here.
So now, Nate, that we're here, so what would you recommend for like doing, because AIRO has notifications, would you recommend that people like do sessions like this to where they like hang out and wait or like kind of like look for trades? Or would you say that you should just live your life and wait for the notification, then go check? Like, how would you actually fit using AIRO into your daily strategy if you're a 9-to-5 person?
All the above. So if you're a 9-to-5, you got a job, whatnot, and you're always on the go, definitely utilize the notifications to your benefit. But if you are a serious trader and you're sitting in front of the charts, there are some strategies, which the third strategy is a strategy that does not utilize the actual arrows. That is the first strategy that I'm teaching that does not utilize the arrows. That strategy is a strategy that you have to be in the charts for. So it depends on which strategies you trade for AIRO. It also depends on if you're just a trader that's used to, sitting in front of the charts. But you don't need to, you don't need to sit in front of the charts all day. I wait for my phone to go off with a trade, opportunity. I look at the chart. If it meets the rules, I enter the trade. Simple as that. Now, there are some strategies that I enjoy to trade that I need to be in the charts for. So when I'm on the charts, I'm looking for those opportunities as well. If I don't see them, that's fine. There's going to be always another setup. That's the beautiful thing about Forex. But in the meantime, just vibe out, get you something to eat, something to drink. We're going to be here for a few hours. And hey, hopefully we catch some pips.
Facts. Got a good question. They said, does it have to run on your PC 24/7? The answer to that is no. It runs on a cloud-based VPS server. Pretty much you can shut the computer down, trade from anywhere. It pretty much does it for you. This man Nate put the Skittles up. Come on, man. That's funny. But yeah, like honestly, a lot of trading, like when you're doing this, guys, is really waiting. Like so, like most of trading sometimes is kind of sitting in your hands and waiting for the right setups. So I think that it's very easy for new traders. And I know for myself, I made the mistake plenty of times of jumping into trades way too early or like getting on a session like this and being so eager to take a trade that I take a trade that doesn't match up exactly with my own rules or the rules of the strategy I'm using. So if, like when you're trading by yourself, you don't want to get caught in that of like, okay, I have this product now. This is awesome. I put it on the chart. First arrow you see, you just take it because you want to get in the trade and you want to feel like, you know, I mean, you're a part of it. And I've already seen people doing that in the group chat that we're in that has all the arrow customers. So you want to make sure that just understand the patience that's required. So even with the notification, we have to check if it is a bounce. Well, you can do what I do, Stephen, is I have the RDP. I use the RDP version of AIRO, so that way I can just open it up on my phone. So that way, like you said, when you get the notification, you have to go check and see if there's a bounce. Absolutely. So if you don't have your laptop with you, you can do the RDP version on your phone through remote desktop. So you download the remote desktop app on your phone, and then you can go ahead and see it right on your phone. It's pretty easy. It's just like, oh, you got to be a little particular, but you can definitely see it on the go. Something I've been working on, getting better at too.
I use mine all the time. RDP is clutch. From the phone, clutch.
Is there a strategy we can use outside the money zone, Nate?
There he is.
Yeah.
So for the most part, strategy number one can be used outside the money zone. There are, strategy number 6, strategy number 7 can be used outside the money zone. Strategy number 4, that drops next week, can be used outside the money zone. However, the beautiful thing about trading inside the money zone is that that's where the volatility is. All right. You can get stopped out more frequently outside the money zone with less volatility than you will be inside the money zone. So I always recommend to try and trade inside the money zone so that you have the highest probability win rate. When trading Forex, you always want to have and utilize whatever you can that is going to give you the best chance of winning. All right. Yes, you can take a trade anytime. People always ask that. Can I take a trade outside the money zone? That's 12 hours, that's half the day. There's half the day that you should be trading. All right. I'm just giving you guys that. You can take trades. You're paying for it. Take those trades on your demo account. See how they work. You will see, and I guarantee you will see that you will win more inside the money zone than you will outside the money zone. It's all about the highest probability win ratio. Javier, we don't trade gold. Gold and cryptocurrencies and indices are more for advanced traders. Typically at these type of calls, we stick with the Forex pairs, as those are where we want the beginners to learn at. This software was built for beginners. Those experienced traders, we are working on something to have a call for the experienced trader to go over, products like gold and indices, things of that nature. So Alan, you must have the arrow. So once you have the arrow on the candle, that candle that has the arrow shows on, that candle must be 20 pips away from the opposite colored zone for you to take the trade. Don't worry about the bounce. You need the arrow. All right, you must have the arrow. It's bag entry. Bounce, arrow, go. So let's go talk about that. I don't know if we went over that. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we will go over what a bag entry trade looks like. All right, so we know. Let's see here. Let's go with. Look at it. So you guys can get a good look of it here. So first thing you do, there's 3 simple rules to trading with AIRO for strategy number 1. Strategy number 1 is going to give you the highest probability win rate. So the highest probability win rate. All right. So the first thing you want to do is zoom out. All right. You zoom out and you want to count your zones, red versus green. All right. I got 3 green. I got 3 red. I talked about this strategy, this secret on today's training video, but also I think I was on somebody's call. Doctor, I think I was on your call. I remember that yesterday. I gave everybody the strategy on how to trade AIRO if you have the same amount of zones. So here's how you trade it. It's the actual secret. First AIRO secret that I give out. It's on the training video for today. Make sure to watch strategy number 3. So what you want to do is the 2 inside zones. If we're trading, let's say these were disappeared. This is today. So we're looking at yesterday. Yesterday, we zoom out. There was 2 red, 2 green, because today doesn't exist. All right. So we'll look at yesterday. So now we know we got an even number of zones. So you want to count the distance in pips between 2 inner zones. There is 152 pips between the red zone and the green zone here, resistance and support, which means that what? You can trade in both directions. So when you have no trend, but you have distance of 50 pips or more, you can trade in both directions. All right, let's check and see what I mean. So yesterday, the trend was even. There was no trend, but you had a bag entry, bounce off resistance. It headed the opposite direction, closed below the moving average, and you got an arrow, down arrow, bounce, arrow, you go. Get in the trade, you want a 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. It dropped 16 pips, went back up 16 pips, and then it dropped 23 pips. You're out. TP hit. All right. Now, the day before was the same setup. Day before, the same setup. There's still just 2 zones. We're inside the money zone. All right. We had a bounce here off a support. We had a arrow here on this candle above the moving average is green. We get in, price drops on us about 21 pips, runs up 16, drops again 13, and it slowly heads up 23 pips right there. We're out. TP hit. Now, the take profit is outside of the money zone. If you get into a bag entry trade inside the actual money zone, you can hold it until outside the money zone. It's not a problem. Just make sure you're taking your trades inside for best momentum. Usually, as well, for those who are coming on late, if you're coming on the last couple hours of the money zone, volatility starts to slow towards the end. But you can still take those trades. All right. But that is what the bag entry trade looks like. And then you guys just got Arrow secret number 1, which is if there are even amount of zones, but there are 50 pips or more distance between the 2 inner zones, you can take trades in both directions. We got any more questions here? See these questions here. Man, they coming in. Can I comment on the Euro odd alert that just came up?
Euro odd only, I saw that comment too, but it only gave an alert on the 5 minute, not the 15. Let's go check yours out. I want to see what the updated one does.
Updated, that's not going to change. I'm updated. I got 1 minute until 12:30 my time, so we might get an alert.
Right.
Euro odd. Yeah, I have no alert here just yet. Got a minute. But even still here, if you look at the overall trend, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 red zone. We are looking for sales. All right. We are looking for sales. So we wouldn't even be looking to take a trade in this direction. And I have no alert, but yeah, we'll go down to the 5 minute. Yeah, the 5 minute has an alert. But yeah, there was no alert on the 15 minute. So the pairs I'm looking to break out based on trend. Let's see here. So G-Chef is in a downtrend, 3 red zones versus a green zone. All right, so we got a downtrend. We had a bag entry so far. It's bounced. Now we're just waiting for arrow. So it's got to bounce. It's red. It's below the money zone. I'm sorry, it's in the money zone now. It's below the moving average. It's already bounced off resistance here. So we're just waiting for a arrow pointing down, and we'll definitely be entering in. At least I'll be entering in here for a nice sale. We're more than 44 pips away from the opposite color zone. So if we can get a down arrow, this could be a nice trade, especially inside the money zone now. Euro JPY. Yeah, it's just in the middle of the zone. We're not looking for anything there. All right, Euro GBP. You can see here, we don't need to zoom out, but we'll zoom out. That's the rules. Zoom out, you can see here 4 red zones versus 1 green. So we know we're looking. Right now, it's resistance, the resistance zone here, trying out and comes below this moving average, and we get a down arrow. That is a potential for buy. And we've got over 56 pips in between these two. So that could be a good trade there. So Euro GBP, potential sell. Euro odd, we're not looking for anything there because we're looking for sales, and it's sitting at support. Euro NZD, we zoom in, 3 red versus 2 green, so we're looking for sales. So for me, if this thing can break not only below this zone, but then also have a down arrow, I'll be looking for a sell, but we need break of this support level here, all right? Again, this is a visual layout. The visual lets me know, I saw a bounce here and an arrow. If this zone wasn't here, I'd be like, hey, that's a good trade to take. But you can see here, it's not really doing anything. It's right into support. So you want to make sure you're clearing that support. That's pretty much it for me. For the most part, I'm looking for potential sell on Euro GBP and a potential sell on Great Britain Pound CHF. So look like it might be a slow night unless there's some other pairs that have some setups outside of these 10. And the cool thing about video number 3 today, so strategy number 3, I talk about the best pair to trade during each session. So you guys get to learn on this video number 3, the best pair to trade during the individual sessions. So definitely go check that video out. It'll help you trading life. Because I can tell you right now, the 2 pairs I just called out are pairs that you must trade during London session, which we are just about to get into.
Real quick question, Nate, on the GBP chef. Would that be a good example of GBP chef where you could trade from zone to zone, being that it's been retesting each zone and that somebody that actually is more advanced with the strategy can ride it down to one zone and take it back up to the next zone?
Yes, that is correct. Somebody could, somebody with experience of trading and understanding the actual software itself could continue to take that trade down. All right. But for beginners, just we want them to stick with the bag entry rule, and then as you guys understand and start to gain experience trading strategy number 1, and then number 2, and number 3, and you get all the way to 7, you really have a better conception of the overall market. Hey, now you're ready to start taking those trades based off of market structure, based off of how the overall trend is, in the pair, based off of price action, things that we'll go over as I keep driving more and more of the training videos and keep expanding you guys' knowledge on how not only AIRO works with Forex, but how Forex works in general, from a standpoint of the way the market moves.
Definitely looking pretty slow.
Yeah, we should speed up here in a minute, man. Probably about a good 30 minutes, though.
Yeah, about to say it's still early. That's the one thing. Starting this session at 1:30 or starting session at 1. Well, London really doesn't get shaken until like 2:30. Yep.
Play a little music. Anybody got any questions? Well, hey, we'll talk about it. What you guys got?
I can show some trades that I took today.
Most def. Jump on it, man.
Hold on. I don't know if I will. Let me delete some of these pairs first before I share it, because folks gonna start going crazy.
Like, let me not show too much.
Right.
Nathan, question, does this
And you was breaking up there. Say it again.
I was saying somebody asked a question that I just saw. Does this strategy take news to account?
Yeah, so the number one rule is you always want to be aware of news. And so the indicator, as of right now, doesn't have any news filters built into it to indicate you when there is news. But there are multiple news apps, and I'll talk about that in one of my videos about some of the news apps that you need to be aware of and websites that you can go to track the Forex economic news so that you are aware of when news is happening so that you can know to stay out of the market. But the great thing about news is typically news is just a decoy for the market maker to move the market in a certain direction fast to fake traders out like us retail traders, but then also to hit those stop losses. So the beautiful thing is those news events and those spikes typically happen around the support and resistance levels. And again, following sound rules, sound principles of the 7 strategies, you'll be okay. You don't have to worry about the news. But you always want to be wary of it. Always be aware of it. I saw somebody just said they went 100, 4 for 4 this morning and 5 for 5 on the day by Mr. Paul Scott. That man's on fire today.
Yeah, Paul Scott was on that impact call earlier. Trying to tell you, bro.
Yes,
all right. I'll show you guys a couple trades I got in. So I have the strategy up on obviously a lot more pairs because I like to just kind of test things out and see everything for myself. So I'll go over a couple of trades that a couple of these trades I literally just took like minutes before this call. One of them being this AJ trade right here. So this is AUD JPY. This is the 15-minute time frame. So the first thing you want to do when you trade a Nate strategy is obviously zoom out, get the see if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. Can anybody tell me in the chat what kind of trend this is? So when I saw this, I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? It was a red block up here though, like right where this price is at right here. But when you learn a little bit more about trading, you'll know that AUD pairs move during Asian session. So it's not a lot of volatility during Asian session, but if there's going to be pairs that move, it'll be AUD. So when I saw that and I saw the arrow, boom, easy trade here for 20 pips.
So you grab 20 pips?
Yes.
All day long, baby, 20 pip and dip. That's what we do. That W formation. That W formation just gave the added confirmation they needed right there as well.
That's what I was going to say. It definitely gave that added confirmation.
Let me see. I'll show you guys. This is one trade. I mean, I took this trade and then I took another one because I'm still in it. So same trade for the JPY for the arrow here with no zone. Like he said, you can trade zone to zone. So when I first got this arrow, I took 20 pips up here, boom. And then when I got this arrow, I took another 2 for another TP up here. But again, I look at trading like win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter. Like you stick to the strategy, you have your proper risk management per your account size, and you can, you know what I mean, be able to maneuver and trade how you so choose. But it's like you need to start with a strategy and understand how pips work, understand how much money, like for me, how much money, when I enter a trade, I already envision how much I lost on that trade as soon as I press the button. Because if you understand how you're going to be able to deal with a loss when you're using a winning strategy, it's such a better psyche than coming into it not being sure or being like uncertain about what you're going to do.
I know there's a couple new people on the call tonight. Nathan, give some people the proper risk management as far as what lot size they should be using for their account.
Yeah, sure. So number one rule to investing and proper risk is you only want to risk what you can afford to lose. So if you put in $100 and that's all you can afford to lose without not being able to pay your bills, then that's what you work with. If you can put in $1,000 and it won't affect your lifestyle, that's what you can afford to put in, and so forth and so on. So it's really up to you on only risking what you can afford to lose. All right. Next is, I recommend on a conservative basis, especially for beginners, you want to trade with a 0.01 lot size for every $100. Now, 0.01 is the lowest lot size you can utilize. All right, for most brokers. Some brokers allow a little lower, but don't worry about that. That's not very common. But 0.01 is the lowest lot size, and a 0.01 lot size for Forex pairs is 10 cents per pip. So every pip move, you will gain or lose 10 cents. So for you to blow $100, you must get 1,000 pips wrong, like literally get 1,000 pips the wrong way, for you to lose and blow all your money. So it's very conservative utilizing that, but it allows those who have $50 account, $100 account, $200 account to actually trade and not have to worry about blowing their account, because they, again, 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. If you lose 40 pips with a 0.01 lot size, that is only $4. That's it, $4. Now, if you win the 20 pips, it's $2. All right. And again, like we talked about, the beta test team has proven an 85+% win ratio. And Mr. Paul Scott, he's 4 for 4. I'm sorry, he's 5 for 5 for the day so far. So people are winning. And you don't need that many pips. My goal for the day is 100 pips a day. If I can get to 100 pips, I'm done. So you want to set your goal for the day, get in and get out, because again, the Forex market is like a casino. If you win, there's going to always be a new move or a new signal that comes out that entices you to want to take that trade. And then you lose, and now you're trying to figure out how to make the trade back and win. It's like a casino. You hit the jackpot, they give you a free room, you stay, you keep playing, you lose all your money. That is how they entice you. So when you have to be disciplined trading the Forex market, catch your pips, whatever your goal is for the day, get out. All right? Catch your pips, get out. Close the charts. Turn off turn off your alerts. Go about your life. Come back the next day. It's gonna be here, trust me.
Nate, would you still be going for 100 pips a day if you weren't doing if you weren't trading indices?
Yes.
Okay. Just curious for the new person who's not going to be I'm saying, that like I gotta ask, you know what I mean?
Yep, 100 pips a day is always my goal. It takes a little longer with some Forex pairs, especially I just scalp. But with the indices, because of their volatility, I typically scalp 50 pips at a time, sometimes more, depending on how the pair is moving for the day. So less trades, but I'm waiting a lot longer, because I typically only trade during New York session. So if I'm sleeping during New York session, I wake up and miss it, I typically miss my day. So I'll miss it in New York in the morning, because we're going to be up for another couple hours. So I'm sleeping in.
Real quick, Nathan, because I know there's a mixture of, like I said, old people that have been a part of this for the past week, and there's new people. So this is more so for my old people that I know is asking about the Euro AUD. As far as what I see a W forming. What do you think? That's looking like it might turn into a buy situation next couple minutes, because they're selling into a support zone. Am I wrong or right? How you feeling?
All right, so we do have a W formation here. You can see here, 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg. All right. I'm not going to talk about it just yet, but what I would do for me, if it was me, we know that the trend is down. All right, because there's more red zones and green zones. However, as you guys will learn with strategy number 6, the market maker strategy, one thing I would do is I would go back and I would identify where the market maker strategy started, and then figure out, has it ended at this point? All right. If it has ended, then yes, I'm looking for a buy, even though the overall trend is down, because the market makers move the market. It's in a downtrend. They're going to eventually get to the point where they're tired of selling. They're going to start buying. That's just the way it works. All right. So strategy number 6 will allow you to truly understand how to trade, this pair and during this setup, without, as you're trading against the trend. And I'll kind of leave it at that.
To give a little bit of sauce on top of that, Nate, for anybody, when you're ever in a situation where you're thinking about trading against the trend, before you jump in, you want to always at least have price have closed over the moving average in the direction that you're trying to take wherever you're trying to take it. So like Calvin, this trade here will be too early in my eyes. Even if the next candle went above the moving average, I like to see a candle close into the entire body of the candle over top of the moving average. If I'm going to take a trade that's against the trend. So a lot of times we see in the group, people are like, hey, I see this trade. It looks good. It lines up with the back strategy, but it's against the trend. Can I take it? I'm in the money zone. They're kind of confused. If I'm ever going to do that, that's like an indicator. And that's also an indicator for me when to get out of a trade. Like, let's say I take a trade and then it'll go back against and be under the moving average and close under it. that would be like for me a signal to get out of a trade. The same way if it like another zone popped up in the opposite direction. So even though you have the 20 pip take profit and 40 pip SL as parameters, if you're really paying attention to what's going on, you can minimize your losses from 40 pips down to 15 or 20. That's why sometimes people see like how you trading with like bigger lot sizes, and that's because at 15 or 20 pips, usually you'll see something that's like, okay, I might want to get out of this trade and call it a day, and that way your win to loss ratio is even improved, especially when most trades with day strategy are going into profit within like an hour or two. Disclaimers.
Euro GBP.
He says, check out Euro GBP. Let's do it. See what's up. I didn't get an alert on Euro GBP. Did you?
I didn't get one, but
y'all got alert for Euro GBP?
No, I didn't get one.
I'm saying in the chat. Somebody said they got. I see a couple people say they got one. Right, just me squinting real hard looking at the screen, bro. It's crazy.
But they got to buy into it.
And again, you're gonna depending on the broker you're utilizing, you have different parameters. So you may get a buy signal now, and different brokers may get it, the next candle or whatever the case may be. So it all depends on the broker and the price point. All right, different brokers.
Definitely not a buy though, for sure. Definitely.
We're in a downtrend, guys. We're in a downtrend. We're not looking for buys. We're looking for sales. First rule: identify the trend.
When you look at these alerts, and they're the alerts that you don't take, it actually is a learning lesson at the same time on what to actually look for. Because after the move is being made, the next day it's about to do the same thing again for the most part, just like GBP Chef does the same thing pretty much, always retested.
Man, why you like that G Chef so much, man? Huh? What's up with you and that G Chef?
It was my winner chicken dinner for me every single night. GBP Chef, GBP Cab. They did the same exact move. I'm like, all right.
Everybody knows that real estate is a great investment, but what if you could simply...
Oh, we're skipping this.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You're nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
is eToro, the leading social trading platform with over 13 million users.
Jay,
What was that?
I said, dang, DJ.
Yeah, my bad.
Bro, the YouTube ads be the worst, bro. It just be killing me.
Yeah, man. Everybody trying to make a dollar.
You get ad for YouTube.
You're about to see the back strategy all over YouTube ads. I'm trying to tell you.
Modus the one.
Hey, Kendrick said he won already, baby. Let's go.
There goes that easy buy.
Just got a notification. Uh-huh.
Hey, go check it out.
Take a look at it, guys. We already know we're not looking for no buy Euro GBP. So we're gonna leave that.
Zoom out more though, Nate.
Huh?
Zoom out all the way on EG.
Oh, you wanna look at it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me pull it up real quick here. All right, so you can see here, guys, got the notifications. AIRO, Euro GBP, M15 buy. We know the trend is downtrend. We got more red than green. We got an up arrow inside the zone. Don't even look at it. We're not worried about it.
What about zoom out more though, Nate, on that same pair? And then after that, look at you, Chef.
Zoom out more. Oh,
Right.
the uptrend. But guess what? We're
Still too
into a
many
zone.
zones.
We don't take trades into a zone. Now you say you, Chef?
Mm-hmm. So Corey Moore, put that in there.
You, Chef, in a downtrend.
Good.
And GJ would have been a great sell if it bounced off anything. Been a great sell, but it didn't bounce.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. Only pay for the data you use with Google Fi's flexible plan. So when you're on Wi-Fi a lot and don't need as much data, you'll only pay $10 per.
Come on, G Chef. Where our arrow at, G Chef?
All right, somebody just said that in the chat too.
Where our arrow at? This trade should explain to you why you don't take trades into the zone. A sell, you've been losing. Big. You Chef. You Chef in downtrend. You Chef in downtrend. see what they got to say. Anybody got anything to say? Yeah, Corey, I just sent you a message back, man. Monique, Euro JPY, M15. Let's go take a look at it. Now remember these different brokers, you guys are gonna have some people gonna have alerts before others. So Euro JPY, we zoom out. Euro JPY, we're looking for buys only. Buys only. We got more green zones than red zones. All right. And we're inside the money zone. It's nowhere near bouncing off anything. So Euro JPY is a no-go for us right now. Question came for the panelists. They want to know our IG. I'm dropping my IG in the chat right now at Nate Got the Bag. Nate Got the Bag is my IG. You want to follow?
Wait until we call our first trade. Then I throw my IG out there.
So you got to earn it.
Go look at EA. Euro AU doing a 15-minute. One of the red zones that was there disappeared. The arrow didn't come yet, but it looks like it might.
All right, well, which one we looking at again?
Euro AUD, good brother.
Euro AUD. All right, let's pick that one up. Got a request to turn the music down a little bit so they can hear us.
Yeah.
Euro AUD, we talked about it. Sell trend, what we're looking for. Looking for a sell. It's heading back up, potentially for a buy. We're not looking for that. We're not looking for anything right now. It's probably not going to happen unless we get a break below this zone here. I'm not looking at Euro AUD. See if we got any more questions here. Q&A.
Everybody knows that real estate is a great investment, but what if you could simply sit back?
Well, you ain't talking about nothing, man.
Just a couple nuggets too about trading with AIRO that's helped me out a lot. Is that one, you're using the 15, if you're using the 15-minute for all your charts, you only need to check, there's only 4 times every hour that you can even possibly get an alert. And that's at obviously the 15-minute mark, 30-minute mark, 45 minutes, and then every new hour. So in between, if there's no trades, you can find yourself, go do something else. So like, if you have other things that you can be doing, for me, like this is how I'm able to still work and trade AIRO all day, because I'm not like staring at it. I allow myself to just know when the alerts are going to come and kind of plan for it. And that takes away some of the angst that comes with like staring at the chart and then waiting for the next arrow. And like every arrow that comes up, you want it to be the trade that you take so bad. And it helps. That's why people say that most traders that trade Forex lose. And that's what it's because of the psychology. It's because of the self angst that you get and wanting to be and wanting to actually feel like you're in the markets. So the best advice is to just be as patient as possible and to know when the alerts are coming. That way it's not like a shock and there's no like, oh, what am I doing? Like you can plan and say, okay, I'll check it every 15 minutes because I know that's when the alerts are going to come out. And if there's nothing there, you can move on. Your call, big dog. It's your show.
Yeah, zone. I'm staying out of it.
Perfect.
Another thing as well, we got DUs dropping. They're all dropping, but you see a lot of them dropping into the zones. which means they can typically reverse. So
this would have been the one if we got this arrow like we was talking about.
Yeah, they're all dropping. The euros are running.
Cardio burns fat, right? No. Cardio actually burns calories.
He said refresh arrow, it might disappear on GJ for my chart. I'll try that real fast.
Blueberry markets. I never heard that broker before.
Gotta be somewhere international.
So somebody asked a question that if you enter into a trade based on the rules on the arrow, on the bounce arrow go, and you while you're in the trade, you get an arrow in the opposite direction, stay in the trade. The only way you get out of that is a couple reasons. You get an opposite colored zone, or you hit take profit or stop loss. That's it. Opposite arrow means nothing.
Somebody asked a good question, and they said, what does this mean when it says weak here on the zone? Is there a difference?
It's a weak zone, and price will typically break through it. You guys are seeing the update. I got rid of those. People ask questions. They don't. They confuse people. So I'm not training on that. So I removed the word weak away, so you don't even see that.
I like this drop because I watched after this 15-minute candle close. It wouldn't surprise me if this zone disappeared. So we'll give it the other 7 minutes and see what happens. So for the record, again, how the software works or how the indicator works, it works once the candle closes. So it's like you'll see, I think it was Alan who asked a really good question earlier. He said, once his candle closes, do you hop in on the next, do you hop in immediately once you get the arrow, if you got the bag entry and everything's right, or do you wait for another candle to close before you take it? And the answer is you jump in immediately. Once it already meets up with your parameters, because arrow is waiting for the actual candle to close to take it. The same way this is how the zones are here. There's a chance that once this candle closes, that zone could potentially disappear.
And the arrow won't even pop up until the candle closes. So it will mean, which means you enter in on the candle after the arrow, because the arrow won't even pop up until that candle closes. So it forces you to wait an extra candle. It was designed that way to help out with better confirmation. Now, again, those of you that may watch some trades may see trades run up. But again, the goal is to take high probability trades. So trades still may go in your direction. And if you want to risk your money on that, you can. But I'm not in the business of 50-50. I'm in the business of 80% or more. We got about 30 minutes out, and we should start picking up around that 2 a.m. Central Standard Time frame, 3 a.m. Eastern, when we really get London session open. We got 3 minutes to the next candle. I'm liking GJ. We can get a break of that zone. It's looking good. Doctor, how you looking at your GJ now?
She looks through that support. Let me go bring it up. Hold on. Everything, all the pound pairs is going down.
Now I never chase a candle. I wait for it to close, guys.
Right.
Never chase a candle. It's gone.
Told you. So do you take it?
I'm in that trade.
Say no more.
I'm in that trade for my 20 pips.
Now, Nate, explain how would you count pips if you're a beginner?
Sure. Let me get in there and share my screen real quick.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, you good, you good. All right, so I use the one-click trading button. All right. Now, again, I told you guys I use a 0.01 for every $100, right? Well, you can see here I got a $2,500 account, so I'm using a 0.25 lot size because that's 0.01 for every $100. So I'm using the proper risk management, and I'm gonna go ahead and flex this account up to 10 bands here in a couple of weeks. All right, that's the goal at least. Now, as you can see here, the pip counter, for those who want to know, kicks in once you enter into a trade. All right, we're up 3 pips. All right, now, when I know I want to enter into a trade, I hit sell. If I know I want to enter a buy, I hit buy. So we knew we had to bounce, we had the arrow, we waited for it to break through the zone, we hit sell. We got the dotted green line. The green dotted line is our entry. All right. Next, we want to put our cursor, our mouse over the entry. When it says drag to modify, I drag it down. All right. Right here. You see it? And you look over here. You can see over here, it tells you the pips. So it says 205 pips. That's not 205. That's 20.5. All right. So I drop it. Now, that's my take profit, all right? My stop loss, I do the same thing. I know I'm in a sell, so my take profit is below. My stop loss will be above, and vice versa in a buy. So I put my mouse over the line. It says drag to modify. I click it. I drag it until I see 400 pips. Because remember, it's not going to be 400. It's going to be 40.0. So we scroll up here. Minus 401. So that's 40.1 pips right there. All right. Now, when you get better at learning how to count pips, you can come down here and you can make your changes under stop loss and take profit. So you can double click on stop loss, take profit on this for your individual trade, and you come in here and adjust this based on the pips. All right. So quick little lesson in pip counting. If you have 2 or 3 numbers after the decimal place, the second number is your pip. If you have 4 or 5 numbers after the decimal place, your actual turn that off real quick. The count pips is fourth digit. So it's always going to be the second number after the decimal place if there's 2 or 3 numbers after the decimal, or it's going to be your 4th digit if you have numbers after the decimal place. GJ has 3 numbers, so we know the pip is our second number. All right. So if I know I entered in the trade at 139.255 as a sale, then I know that from a stop loss, I want it at, hold on, I'm sorry, our entry is 139.277 for our entry. That's my entry for myself. So I want 20 pip take profit. So I do 277 minus 20 pips. We know the second number, which is the 7, is our pip. So 20 pips is going to be putting us at 139. We're going to put in the exact pip here. 139. See, 277 minus 20 is 077. All right, 077. And then I stop loss. I'm sorry. So stop loss. If we're in at 139.277, then we want stop loss at 139. We add 40. So 277 plus 40 pips is 677. So 677. If you put in the wrong number, this will not pop up in red. So we know it popped up red correctly because we're in a sale. It'll pop up as blue if we're in a buy. If it stays gray, like I put it at, let's see here, I put the wrong number in. I put in 207 for our take profit. It stayed gray because I put it in incorrectly. That's how you know you did something wrong. 677 is our stop loss. That's 40 pips. And then 077 is our take profit for exactly 20 pips. We then hit this modify button, and that will modify our take profit and our stop loss to be exactly at 20 pips take profit and 40 pips stop loss. I can put my mouse at take profit. All right, come on now, get on there. You can see here it says, it'll tell you what your profit is. It says pips 200, which we know is 20. And then you can see there it says profit $47.86. So we know when this line is hit, when take profit is hit, we will make $47.86. All right. Same thing with stop loss. It says pips minus 400 and profit minus $95.72. All right. So it gives us all the information we need. That is how you put on a trade. It is how you adjust your stop loss, take profit. That is how you utilize proper risk management. All right.
Another trade that I see as well, I know that we're in this GJ one. Let me show you something.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
So I just got a Euro NZD alert too. Can you see my screen? I'm about to go to Euro NZD. So here on Euro NZD, on the 15-minute, you zoom all the way out. You can see you got more greens than red, so you know it's an uptrend. And then now we're in the money zone. You got your bounce right here. You got your arrow. You don't have it. Two things that I don't like yet that I wouldn't get jumping this trade just yet is that one, obviously the zone is here, but I feel the same way about this zone as I did about the GJ zone that we just got into as well. And you'll see zones like that only have one touch sometimes will disappear. So like when you're back testing, like you'll see often, like if somebody were to go look at the past data, there could have been zones in some of these spots that aren't there anymore because of that same thing. So once you have the confirmation that you're looking for, I will be waiting for this to turn like this lime green color so that we know that it's trending. And then I would like to take that for 22. But that's why, again, like London session is just really beginning. So we'll see. But that'll be another one I'm looking at.
Cool. Euro NZD. All right.
Parrish asked a good question. He said, why did we not take GJ sooner, basically? He's saying, why did you take it just now when the alert was given 30 minutes or an hour ago? And that's because there was a zone there, and then it disappeared on that last candle right when we took a trade. There was a zone right on GJ.
And hold on, let me share my screen. I'll show you something else as well.
GJ's in profit, though, by the way, if anybody was curious.
All the way.
Just in case anybody was wondering.
All right, cool. You see, you guys at 19 pips, 17 pips. We almost there, baby.
DJ basically
DJ.
just hit TP, just like that. We need another pip.
You should have closed somewhere, for 20 pips easily. But one thing I love about, again, correlating, and I'll talk about this, going forward, is I have the 6 pound pairs and the 4 euros. So the 6 pounds, they all correlate. You can see here, they're all trending typically in a similar direction, which gives me the confidence to enter in trades even after the fact, because of the trend of the remainder of the other 5 pairs. All right. So when they're trending all in the same direction, that was another indication for me to say, all right, cool. When you wait for it to break break the zone that was there. We got in the trade. Depending on your broker, you would have closed your trade. This week with spreads. If you for me, if you're like Nate, your trade didn't close. Well, for me, as you guys can see here, there's a white line and a red line. This is the spread. This is the difference between, bid and ask, the buy and the sell. This is where the broker makes their money. And so both in a sale, both the bid and the ask have to close or have to go below the take profit line for profit, for this trade to close out. And the same thing with the stop loss. All right. Got a slight pullback. Most of you guys, depending on what broker you're trading and when your entry was, you would have hit your take profit. All right. I was at 19 pips, but we didn't get to close just yet. So it's all good. But that correlation is the beautiful thing of what I like with the pound pairs as well as with the euro pairs. All right. You see here the euro pairs. And the beautiful thing about this here, you see here, no matter what pair I'm on, as long as I have the software on, I always know what's going on with that trade as far as where it's at from a pip standpoint. All right. But you can see here, euros are up. Euros are up. Euro odd. That's a little different. Might have some odd news out. All right. But for the most part, they're all relatively heading in the up direction. All right. Now, they don't always correlate. I'll tell you this. The pound pairs, there's days where they don't always correlate. You may have 5 out of the 6 going in the right direction. For me, as long as I have 4 out of 6 going in the right direction, I'm good. I can tell you GJ and GN, so GBP NZD, those are 2 pairs that do whatever they want to do. They don't care about the rest of the pound pairs. They do whatever they want to do. All right. So first trades in the books, guys. First trades in the books. Hopefully TP hit. Cool. Alar, man, 80 pips in the bag for the day. Denvo, TP hit. Christian, TP hit. All right. Gracie, TP and stop loss is all based on your entries. 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss is the guidance. But again, you put your own trades where you, as far as yours hit. Javier, TP hit. Jack smacked it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We got TPs being hit all over the place. All right. So what's about? Showing you how it works. Potentially get this some trades. You guys took it, and now you're seeing it. Woo! Quick little 400. That's what I like to hear. What I like to hear. TP hit. TP hit. They coming through. Everybody hitting TPs. That's what I like.
Hey, man, y'all better act right, man. Y'all just got a free little 20 pips, man. It's not enough excitement going on. You gotta realize there's people that study trading all day and night that don't just make 20 pips that easy. The hardest part is being patient and waiting. But that was incredible. And things like during the money zone, it happens all the time. You just want to wait for the right setups.
And we got in TP on the first candle. It wasn't like we waited 3 hours, 6 hours. We got TP on the first candle within like 10 minutes. This candle still hasn't even closed yet. I'm still in this trade because my broker want to be a pain in the butt and not close me out. It's all good.
Yeah, I pulled the trigger like probably 90 seconds before you did, so I got out already. Somebody said that you paid the electric bill. Wow.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Powerful.
What we do around here, my man. I'm about to pull the trigger.
Whoever's in one of these Facebook groups, whether it be the Auvoria Prime one, whether it be the Market Hackers one, the Freedom Day one, the Impact group, whatever group that you're in, you definitely want to go in there and just share how simple the strategy is to use. And I would start practicing some of the same things that you hear Nate talking about right now. Like Nate says, he's not going to be trading tomorrow morning. That doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and trade tomorrow New York session and use the same things you're hearing now. and just trade demo until you're comfortable going live.
Never be scared to go demo, guys. I can tell you, hey, before after I blew so much money when I first started trading, I went demo for a while just to get the concept down, to practice over and over again. Then once I got consistent, I had a mentor at that time. I went live and I started, being able to make withdrawals. That's the goal, is you want to hit enough trades to finally get a withdrawal. Forex is not real until you've made your first withdrawal, all right? Until you stop putting money in and you take money out, Forex is not real to you. Once you get that first withdrawal and you feel the money in your hands, you go pay that electric bill, you go buy those groceries, then you'll see how real Forex is, and I guarantee you'll be hooked. That's all it takes, that first withdrawal. So don't be scared to practice demo until you can get to the point where you can actually be consistent, all right? Once you're consistent on demo, get consistent on live, make your withdrawal, and it will change your life, all right?
It's funny, Nate, like when I was first trading, and I see this all the time, that people that don't know how to trade at all immediately want to jump into markets and go live. That blows my mind, the phenomena of like the eagerness to try to make money right now, when in reality, all good traders understand the value in trading on demo accounts and really getting, like, you can tell when somebody enters a trade, how they're reacting in those minutes when the trade is live, how comfortable they are in the markets as of yet. You want to get yourself to a point to where once you enter a lot size or whatever it is going to be, you can, like, it's not stressing you out, or it's not making you feel like you got to stare at the chart and see what's going on, because you've done it so many times, like memory. And when you get comfortable like that, that's how I level up. When I trade bigger size accounts, like I was trading $100,000 demo accounts before I ever traded $100,000 live real account. So it's like, but doing that allowed me to see those numbers, allowed me to see what $5,000 in drawdown really looks like before. You're talking about making trading become a lifestyle for you. So like eventually everybody wants to be, playing with bigger lot sizes and truly like using this consistently. So with that, practice, like literally spend time in the charts. Like, and one thing I love about this software too, is I love how the days are like itemized for you. Like the money zone, that is so easy. It makes it very easy to see. It's 2:45, so I think we got some alerts, Nate. Let's see what's up. But I love how the money zones, I didn't get any actually. But I love how the money zones on the chart make it easy to see for the eyes, like the days that go past. So it's like I can be like, okay, like if I traded, if I looked at the market every day, he said check GN. I didn't get a GN notification, Nate, did you?
GN. Yeah, I did, but it's never bounced off anything for me. There's never a bounce.
So I didn't give it up for clarity.
I see somebody say GJ had touched TP. I got out on my TP, man. My broker screwed me. I hit 19 pips and then they didn't, or actually I hit 20 pips and then they didn't close my trade out. So I got out of that trade on a GJ. I just took profit a little early. So, you can always do that. It's still heading down a little bit. But it's really up to you. I took, because I saw that wick. I saw that long wick. That's a rejection wick. For me, I understand candlestick pattern. So for me, I just took it quick little 5 pip. Just my broker wanted to do me the wrong way, but it's all good. Profit is profit. You guys hit TP. That's all that matters. You're learning.
Yeah, I hit TP. So you're not taking, everybody's blowing up about GBP NZD. So you're not taking this because there's no zone here, just for clarity.
Let me go look at GBP NZD.
You can share if you want. I just wanted to bring it up because it's just 200 people on here staring at us.
No, I'm just looking at the chart real quick here. There's definitely enough room to the bottom. So, you definitely can take the trade because, you have the bounce off the zone, and that's the second arrow. So I'll tell you guys about the 2 consecutive arrows. When you have 2 consecutive arrows, the second one, the win rate, the probability of it hitting 20 pip take profit, dissipates. All right. So the first arrow is the most highly probable arrow to hit 20 pip take profit. All right. If you go by the strategy, second one can as well, but more likely than it's not as highly as probable as the first arrow. 88% win rate on 8 trades today. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you think, would you consider the GN a continuation arrow? Great question, Alan.
Yes, that second arrow is a continuation arrow.
So yeah, if you wanted to take that one, I'm not gonna jump in it, but if you wanted to take that, I understand why you would.
In my secrets video, so I'm gonna drop a bunch of nuggets and secrets and I'm actually gonna make an AIRO secrets video to kind of break down some of the secrets. Whenever I take a second AIRO, which is the continuation AIRO, I typically cut my take profit in half. I usually go for 10 pips on that entry, unless I see the momentum in the market. All right, so that's why I showed you guys about moving the line around. If I see that, if I put my line at 10 pips and I see the candle moving quickly, I'll drag my line down and try to catch more pips. All right, that's just what I do. But I typically cut my take profit in half and go for 10 pips on the continuation AIRO. So on those two arrows back to back, that's a safe 30 pips, 20 and 10. All right.
That's good stuff.
If you take profit, it's fine. You can't go broke taking profit. If you don't want to wait the full 20 pips, take it at 8. Take it at 16. You can't go broke taking profit. That's the motto. You can't go broke taking profit.
Yeah, I would. It's the distance to the next zone here is like 30 pips. So I totally agree with Nate. Like if I were to take this trade, I would cut my TP in half. I would go like 10 pips, something like that. You'll see that often too on some of the screenshots I post. It's like I got no problem cutting the trade a little early. None.
Can't go broke taking profit. And if you're in that GJ still, yeah, it's headed back down. Should be about
my GJ. Somebody said, "Can we re-enter?"
I wouldn't re-enter.
Nah, I'm good on that. Anytime you find yourself chasing, you got to chase anything in life. That means it's running from you. So it's like I'm cool on chasing anything.
Only thing I chase is my 2.5-year-old daughter. That's it.
Alan says 2-0 tonight. Respect. I love it.
Let's go.
That's good money.
One and 0. Hey, baby. 2-0, 1-0. The day is young.
Somebody said, "How do they buy it? They've seen enough." Whoever got you on the call, Cody, I would go ahead and reach back out to that person and go ahead and get the link from them. I'm going to show you how to get set up.
Oil. So oil is not a good time to trade right now. Not a good time to trade. You want to trade oil typically during New York session. And today is Wednesday, which means oil news came out. Well, yesterday was Wednesday. Oil news comes out at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, every Wednesday. And that typically gets oil moving. So oil, so you guys who don't understand correlation, oil and USD CAD typically move together from the standpoint of they have movement in the market. So you can definitely trade USD CAD with oil because USD CAD is significantly affected by the oil market. So keep that in mind for those who like to trade oil and who like to trade USD CAD. They correlate. And I've talked to you guys about correlating pairs because when I'm in the zone and I'm trading, I will take multiple entries on multiple GBP pairs. So as we saw all of them falling at the same time, like when I see all 6 falling, I'm going to all of them and I'm hitting sell, 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 sell. Now, I may not let all of them go 20 pips. I may hit sell, 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 sell. And then as my pip counter is telling me I'm starting to hit 10 pips, 12 pips, I'm going back and I'm starting to close all those trades at 10 plus pips. So now I've got 6 trades at 10 pips at 60 pips. That's the power of understanding about correlating pairs. And when they're all moving in sync and in such volatility, you saw those long candles. Boy, that's money. 10 times 6 is 60 pips. I'm almost at my 100. GBP, JPY, I went back and hit the TP for those who was in. It didn't hit. It went back and hit it. Jason with the GCAD and GJ and the money tongue. I like it. TP, there it is. So you guys are wondering why it's so slow, guys. So as we get closer to, all right, there it is, another TP hit. Finally, that's what I'm talking about, baby. As we get to the end of the year, GN, hey, there we go. GN hit TP. 3-0, I like it. There it is. There it is, TP smash. There we go. That's what I like to hear. As we get to the end of the year, a lot of volatility comes out of the market. Market makers, banks, hedge funds, the individuals that move the market and entice the market to be moved are going on end of the year vacation. They're going on vacation for Christmas break, New Year's. And so the market tends to slow down this time of year. I told people I would talk about it tonight. The last 2 weeks and typically the first week of January are typically the slowest of the year. It slows down slightly again in January. In time, but not too much as it does now. And that's just because everybody's going on vacation or taking time off and whatnot. So what that means is I recommend either not trading, or I recommend trading demo, or I recommend cutting your take profits in half. Reason being, the market is not going to be as volatile, not even during the money zone time frame. So what that means is when there's less volatility, you're typically stuck in trades a lot longer. Trades can potentially go the opposite direction, even though it's trending the right way. And that's typically what you see. All right. This time of year is where a lot of suckers are got, as I call them. Those who are trading like normal, and then the volatility is not there, and somebody, the market makers fake you out, because now they have better control of the markets. And so what that means is, you want to typically look to, and as I would say, if you want to continue to practice, get on demo, and not worry about trying to make the money, because, hey, it's always going to be there. So trade when the money is trading. And so that means you need to wait till the money gets back into the market, which is typically about the second week of January, and then we can fire this bad boy back up.
Just to give y'all another point too on correlation, we took the GJ sell, and we took some of y'all took the GBP NZD sell as well. You see here, this is Euro GBP. We were looking at this trade when we first got on this session because we got this arrow right here, but there were some zones here. When you see when you know the pound was getting weaker, just like Nate said, we just watched a bunch of the pound pairs drop like 20, 30 pips. It will be opposite for Euro GBP. So you have GBP in the front for GBP JPY, GBP NZD, and that pair went down, which means the pound got weaker. So simultaneously, you can know that Euro GBP or any pair that has GBP at the back end will be going up. So when you see that it's in trend, that will also be another good trade to take. Or that will give you more confidence to take a trade if you were to see a zone there, because you know that just like we just witnessed, that the zone that was sitting right here is no longer there. So now when we look at this tomorrow, somebody's going to be like, whoa, we should have took EG, and they wouldn't even have known the zone's here. Just perspective. Folks saying TP's getting hit.
More TP's being hit?
That's what I'm saying.
Woo-wee. I like to see that. Somebody said much better without the music.
That's because Nate got to get his playlist up, man. I'm going to play the music next time. I got y'all.
Yeah, it's my first time DJing. My bad.
We undefeated on the charts, though, so. You said GJ made up for yesterday's loss. It's good stuff.
If you're asking questions in the Q&A, I'm going through asking questions. For those who want to ask questions, please put in the Q&A so I can go through and answer any questions.
Here's another one I got my eyes on too, Nate. AJ again. You see here, we're still off of this bounce here, above moving average, even though you got this zone here. No arrow just yet, but if one came, I'll take that. Next one up. So it's like you roll in an uptrend.
That's AJ?
AJ, we get an arrow, no brainer. What do you do if you get a signal, but the trend is going in the opposite direction? Not take it.
Oh, I got an alert. Look at my phone. What we get? Euro NZD for a sale. For a sale. I don't even remember that. Euro NZD. Oh, it's right into the zone. I ain't messing with it. Let me share the screen so you guys can see real quick here. You can see here Euro NZD. You got a sale alert, but it's right into the zone. We zoom in here. We've got more buys, so more green zones than red zones. So we're not looking for sales, we're looking for buys. All right. So we're not looking to take that trade. Not looking to take that trade. You got questions, put them in the Q&A box. I'm answering questions. If I have a good one, I'll bring it up. Right now, someone's asking me if I like vegetables. So I'm about to answer this question. I do. Cabbage is my favorite. Well, the Q&A box is lit tonight. Somebody asked a great question here. They want to run multiple softwares on accounts. So if you have the bronze package, the bronze access pass with AIRO, with Auvoria Prime, that allows you to use one of the softwares that we have. If you have the silver pass, access pass, it allows you to use two. The gold access pass allows you to use three. What's the fourth package?
Platinum.
Platinum, that's right. The platinum access pass allows you to get four. You can clearly see I don't have the platinum. I don't have time to be messing with that many softwares right now. I'm having too much fun right now with AIRO, so I'm gonna be getting some other tools that we utilize, with this company that will make your trading experience easy. So the cool thing about the access pass is it allows you to have multiple tools that the company offers, as well as being able to diversify your income. So imagine having some artificial intelligence, manually, auto trading your account, your larger account. That's your way you have passive income, and then you're manually trading your personal account, so that you now have that, that passive income as well that you're not creating yourself. Oh, look at that, boss. What we got? Is that AJ?
Somebody in the chat, actually, my man Alan. Alan is already a solidified trader. He's been in the space. I was already looking at EU in the background, and then he brought it up in the chat and was like, check EU out. So this is interesting. So you zoom all the way out, you're in more of an uptrend, but recency bias, like if you were like 2 notches in, you'd be in a little bit more of a down. It wouldn't shock me if we got an arrow here. What's the distance to the next zone?
Like the market maker, yeah, I see the M. Like the market maker is done with his up
strategy, right? Now you got like 26 pips to the next zone down.
That's EU.
Yeah, that's EU. No AIRO yet, but it looks like it becoming. It's funny he said that though. I was literally already was looking at it, and one of my Gearbox account is going to sell for it too. But that trades up to daily, so those trades be taking a while. Let's see. If we get an AIRO though, that'll be interesting. I will be very likely to might get in there.
Hey, so I'm gonna do this one more time, man. I'm about to drop my Instagram in here. We took a trade at Nate Got the Bag. I need you guys to tag me in these profits. Where these profits at? We made some profits tonight. Hey, tag me in it. Let's share the world. Let somebody else know about it. Let them know we're for real. We're making this money live. You know, we're not showing you on demo. I showed you a live account. I'm trading live using proper risk management, and we're going to grow this account from average size to big size. And then guess what? You guys are going to do the same thing. We're going to do this every week. Every week we're going to do this, all right? What trade were you in? You said you were away for 10 minutes. What'd you lose on? So the pairs we use, really you can use whatever you want. I recommend 10, and I recommend the 6 Great Britain pound pairs, and then I recommend 4 euros. Euro JPY, Euro GBP, Euro NZD, Euro AUD, all right? Let me share my screen so I can show you the 10 that I recommend. Now, you can trade more than just these 10, but these are the 10 I recommend. GBP USD, so the Great Britain pound US dollar, Great Britain pound Canadian dollar, Great Britain pound Japanese yen. This is the one we caught for 20 pips. Great Britain pound Australian dollar, Great Britain pound New Zealand dollar, Great Britain pound Swiss franc, the euro Japanese yen, the euro Great Britain pound, the euro AUD. For those who are talking about taking a buy, look at that AUD now. Starting to head down. Told you, you want to make sure you stick with the trend. Overall trend is down. Everyone's talking about buy on the Euro AUD. Buy. All right. No buy. Euro NZD is the last pair. Now, I also trade S&P and gold, but I don't talk about those because, hey, right now we only focus on these Forex pairs. All right. Those are the 10 pairs that I recommend. But as we talked about, AIRO works on everything.
And just for everybody who was wondering, if you haven't seen, you can throw AJ on there too. Look at AJ, Nate. Talking about exactly what we were talking about. If this closes above, that'll be another good buy. I'll love an AIRO, and for this candle to close here at the 3:15 a.m. candle.
Wait, let me pull up AJ. I don't even think I have. I gotta add that one.
I can't even find the next support. I gotta go to the time zone. Bro, even I can't even find a red candle on the H1, bro. Look at this foolishness.
Straight up.
There you go. Finally, something all the way up here on the H4. But as of now, you got a nice clean runway. And there you go. Look, no more candle, no more zone. Just like that.
Like magic.
Crazy. If we were trend trading, I could have held this the whole time because it stayed above the moving average here.
Yeah, you still be in that trade.
Yep. Another one I was looking at too is CAD Chef. I'm about to bring that up. I don't know where it's at. I'll show you this. I'm gonna say UCAD. You check this out too, Nate. These two arrows that came out on UCAD right before we hopped on the session. And then this zone formed, but I wouldn't surprise me again if this candle that you see right here closes and then this green one's gone, and then UCAD's got a clearness to the floor here. And this is again, once you learn how to use the software, you go put it on the majority of Forex pairs, and then not need exactly 20 pips on these kind of trades. But you got your bounce. If you look at UCAD, clear downtrend. And you got.
Hey, can you demonstrate? Someone said they had a problem with the small charts. Can you demonstrate how to make the chart bigger?
Oh yeah, up top there's the plus and minus up here, the magnifying glass that you use to zoom out, and then to zoom back in. Yeah, I'm a little hot about that AJ though, man. That was supposed to be we supposed to be swimming in profit right now, bro. They ain't give me the arrow I wanted. Okay. Anybody got any pairs I wanted to check out? Let me see what's going on in the chat box. Nate's over there answering a lot of the questions that's going on in the Q&A. Hey, Nate, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Check this out. This is NZD USD. Zoom out. Yeah, it's one of the Forex majors, so it's not crazy volatile. But you see here, you got this this weaker zone here, very similarly to the other trade that we have, to where we had a weak zone, and then you got a runway up to the next zone.
Should be able to see a second.
Arrow.
Second arrow.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We get the second arrow. That's also a no-brainer.
Need these arrows. Where they at?
I'm trying to tell you. It's the only thing about London session.
Yeah, I hate London sessions sometimes, man, because some nights it'll spoil you. You just destroy it. And then the next night, nothing happens. You go to sleep, wake up, and everything moved 30 minutes after you went to sleep.
Right.
Ruin your whole day. Just be walking around mad.
Yeah, so I like NU. I like ACAD. Waiting to see what's going on. And trading a couple more pairs allows just like more activity, you know what I'm saying? So that way you got potential of getting in a good trade. Like only taking good alerts is the best way to do it. But I'm telling you. Got another sell on GJ.
Yeah, just let me go take a look at that real quick. It's a continuation. You got 26 pips to. You sharing your screen? Let me share my screen so everybody can see it here. So we got a continuation arrow. All right, we're about 26 pips away from the zone, so definitely good to enter in. But I like to go look at the other pound pairs. You can, see what they're doing. How they're moving. You see GU kind of stalling, GI falling off a cliff, GN still moving down a little bit. Like G.
I got folks sending me screenshots of them taking AJ for all this profit. Y'all selfish, man. I ain't even get in.
Y'all ain't telling nobody y'all was getting in?
Bro, I ain't hear nobody ask about the TP. Ain't none of that. They just took that joint. Yeah, I think NU about to go, man.
I quietly took that Ripple trade and profited.
You said Ripple?
Yeah, on that buy.
Oh, you out here in these streets.
That 20 TP was easy.
Ripple M5. We're gonna throw arrow on there.
Oh yeah, I like it. Oh yeah.
Identify the trend. You can see more. Well,
I'm taking cryptos to the north, man. I'm sorry. I can't sell it right now.
Calvin's a master trader, so he knows what he's doing. But yeah, you got a bag entry. Based on his analysis, trend was heading back up. Now again, you can take buys in a downtrend. You can take sales in an uptrend if you know what you're doing. In the very beginning, though, when you don't know what you're doing, you want to make sure that you just follow the rules of trading with the trend. All right. But when you get experience, you'll know when to start taking trades in the opposite direction. I'll drop hints as the videos continue, and I'm dropping more of the strategies. Let you guys know how to identify when to counter trend trade. All right. Right now, I need you guys to focus on the basics and keep killing it. All right. Keep killing it like you're doing. And then as you guys grow and learn more, and I drop more videos, boom, you're gonna have more of a trading repertoire already built up, and it's just gonna add to your knowledge. And again, you don't have to use every strategy. You want to put together the strategies that work best for you and use them. If you just like strategy number one, just trade strategy number one. I can tell you I trade number 1, number 6, and number 7. And I like number 3. Number 3 is one of my favorites as well. You guys will see the video. It should be uploaded here in the next 8 to 10 hours. So look out for that sometime around lunchtime today. Video number 3, strategy number 3. Go time. All right, somebody asked me if I stay out of red news. Yes, if I see red news folder, I am not trading red news. Red news, I am not trading that because you could be in a good trade and the red news comes out and the market maker wants to jack price the other way and then send price the right direction. I'm staying out of news. So red news folders, I stay out of because red news folders are excuses for the market makers to jack price around, to scare you out of your trades, to hit your stop loss. Stay out of red news. No, I don't trade silver. I have, but I don't really trade it very much. Yep, market is slow right now. Just slowed down. It's all good though. It's all good. Put a volume on this thing here, man. I like this music out here. Shout out to let me see who sent it to me. Forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, but Romario, I believe is how you pronounce your name. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, my man, motivation. Nice little trade. Beautiful. Let's get this music back up. Real quick, we're gonna do a little quick lesson on correlating pairs. So you guys can see here what's going on. So GU hit a zone reversing, right? GCAD hit a zone reversing, all right? GI no zone, but it's reversing. GJ no zone, but it's reversing even at the second arrow. GN hit a zone reversing. G Chef hit a zone reversing. So 4 out of the 6 pairs are hitting the zone. This is why I would not have entered that second trade, the second entry with GJ because of the 4 out of 6 pairs. Remember I told you that number, 4 out of 6. If 4 out of 6 are doing the same thing, then I'm looking to do the same thing. All right. I need at least 4 pound pairs to do one move or do the same move, and I'm looking to go in that direction. So now I'm not saying this trade will never go in that direction, but I would have stayed out of this trade because I see that 4 out of the 6 are at support levels. Therefore, price typically turns around at the support levels. All right. Quick lesson. Shut it down, and we'll get back to this music, dog. SPX, my bad, I was on mute. SPX, it's not New York session. I'm not looking at it. You want to trade during New York session, with SPX because it's an indice and it's revolved around the stock market. XPX is the S&P 500. It's not New York session. Not looking at it. Trade during the session that it moves the most. Therefore, you have the highest probability. It's all about probabilities, guys. You don't just take a trade, just take a trade. All right. I don't look at DE30. I don't trade DE30. I don't even have DE30. I'm not really sure what DE30 is for my broker. Your broker has something different. I would assume that's GER30. I would assume the German 30. Same thing though. I'm not trading that as of right now because it's not moving. But it's an indice. Again, these calls are gonna be for Forex pairs, guys. Forex pairs only for these calls.
Nate, tell me if you would take this.
Like you already did.
Yeah. The red zone that was here though disappeared. I'm waiting on a second arrow to really call it.
That'd be me. I'd be waiting for the arrow. That's why I wouldn't have been in. Right now, technically, you got two red zones versus a green zone.
We shall let it play out.
Yes, sir. Take the trade, commit to the trade, trade the trade. Live with the results.
Every time.
I can't believe, man, we still got over 150 people on the call. Come on, market, give us one more trade for the gang hanging out with us. All right, guys, we got requests. Market's kind of slow, but we got requests to show the process. So we're going to go over the GBP JPY trade, and then we'll go over just the basic rules one more time for those who woke up late or who got on the call late. All right, or we just need to see the process over again. We'll go over the process one more time before we get off tonight. All right, so GJ, we'll go to GJ. All right. Now, 15-minute time frame. First thing you want to do is zoom out, and you want to see what the trend is. You see it. We have clearly 4 red zones, 3 green, which means we are looking for a downward trend. All right. So we know we're looking for a sell. We're waiting for we're inside the money zone. That's the tinted area, and we had a bag entry here with this arrow bounce off the resistance zone, came below the moving average. We had an arrow, which means we got a next trade. But next trade, this candle, there was a zone right here. So we didn't enter. This long candle right here broke through that zone. We entered next candle. Just about everybody hit TP on the first candle. Everybody else got it the second candle. All right. So that's why we took the trade, because it's a bounce arrow go in the money zone in the direction of the trend. That gives you your most highest probability trade. All right. Again, zoom out 2 times at least. Hit the little minus button right here. Hit it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4 red. 1, 2, 3 green, which means we're looking for sale. Zoom in twice. All right. We're inside the money zone, so we know we're going to take a trade. Bounce, arrow, go. That's it. It bounced off the resistance because we know we're looking for a sale. So we want bounce off resistance. We want price to go and close underneath the actual moving average. We want a down arrow, and we want it inside the money zone. We take the trade, 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss, and we're done. That's it. All right. No entry on GU. No entry on GCAT. GA. So here's GI, GBP, Aussie dollar. All right. Zoom out. twice. You can see here. Actually, we can zoom up 3 times. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 red zones, no green zones. There was a green zone here, but the zone, I mean, this price went through it. All right, so we know we're looking for a sale. All right. Price bounce off a resistance. You had an arrow here, but it's outside the money zone. We don't take that trade. You see it worked out. You can take that trade, but you don't want to take that trade as of right now. Wait till you get a little more experience. You want to wait until you're inside the money zone, because even though it worked out, it's not a high probability trade. For everyone that did work out, I can show you one that didn't work out. All right. Like, for example, right here, bounce, arrow. Look at that. Faked you out and then went right back up. All right. All right. GBP NZD. All right. GBP CHF. Nothing inside the money zone. A lot of these didn't pan out in the money zone tonight. All right. Well, here's one right here. And then this one, even though it looks like it panned out in the money zone, there was no bounce. It didn't bounce off anything. All right. And the money zone, there actually was a zone right here. It broke through the zone. That's why you don't see it. So as you guys can see here, we're getting on these calls with you guys to show you these trades live so that you guys can understand that, this is real life. All right. This trade, there was a zone right here. That's why we didn't take it. All right. Plus, it didn't bounce off anything. The bounce happened yesterday, but all right. Euro odd, no entry, didn't bounce off anything. Euro NZD, good sale, but it didn't bounce off anything. All right, did not bounce. Now you had a bounce and an arrow here outside the zone, but then you had an up arrow here. That up arrow negates the next down arrow. For you to take 2 consecutive arrows, you must have, for you to take 2 arrows, you must have 2 consecutive. So you can see here, you had a bounce and an arrow up. If there was another arrow right here, you can take that one as well. It's way up here outside the money zone, so I wouldn't touch that. Plus, it's close to the end of the day. I definitely not touching that. All right, but this arrow here, even though it's a winning trade, you'd be in profit, it didn't bounce off anything. So you want to make sure you trade high probability trades in the beginning. And then as you get the experience and you become a better, more efficient trader and understand how to use the software a lot more often, or a lot better, and you become more comfortable with it, you can start taking those additional trades. All right. But right now, stick to strategy number 1. For those who have looked at strategy number 2, definitely practice that one on demo. I recommend practicing all strategies on demo until you become consistent with them, and then go live. All right. Always start off demo, get your experience, understand the basics, how to enter into a trade, how to set your stop loss, how to set your take profit. All right. Understanding how to, to exit the trade and close the trade if you have an opposite colored zone that pops up while you're in the trade. All right. Practice the basics. It's not just, it's just not taking demo trades just to take demo trades, but it's all about ensuring that you are comprehensive and utilizing the MT4 platform that we trade with, but then you're used to that screen time. You're used to seeing the charts. You're used to entering in a bag entry trade. This could have been an entry, and then you got in a trade and it wasn't a bag and you felt bad. All right. Practice that on your demo account so that you make the stupid mistakes on your demo account. And then when you get to your live account, you don't have to worry about making those stupid mistakes because you got the process down. And now you're more confident. All right. So we took that GJ trade. And like I said, next Wednesday, we'll get on the call. Hey, we'll look, take some more trades. You know what I'm saying? If you are in Auvoria Prime already, make sure to continue to get on the live calls. I'm not the only one that does it. There's other calls that, that are being had by other leaders. Jump on those calls, catch some pips, ask questions, learn how to use the software. And hey, let's make it happen. All right. So I'm going to go back to answer some questions here real quick. All right. So AIRO and pips text on the chart. So the AIRO pip counter, that is coming in the new update. So that new update comes this weekend. All right. Let's see here. Go on Q&A. What you say your lot size to on a $150,000 account? So I would recommend, let's see, if we go in 0.01 for every $100. Oh man, what is that? So I would be using on a $150,000 account, I would be using a 15 lot size, a 15.00 lot size. For me is every trade you're going to risk about 4%, all right, to make 2%, and with a winning ratio of over 80%, you'll be significantly in more profit than you will be, utilizing a different tactic. All right, so I would utilize a 15.00 lot size on that account size. So there is let me show the screen real quick. Somebody asked about this here. Share screen, share. This button up here is called auto trading. There's an auto trading button up here. All right. The auto trading button does not do anything unless you're running. And you see this auto trading button here. I'll push it. Nothing happens. All right. It is only if you're running an expert advisor or a auto trading bot on your computer, on your actual charts. All right. Only if you're running it on your charts. All right. Let's see, ask some more questions here. GJ trying to come back down for those who in that trade. Corey, I don't look at RSI. Don't matter for me. So I don't really care about RSI at all, because RSI can stay oversold for 6 days. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry about RSI. Not when I'm using this system. So with red news, if I get red news, I'm looking to only look to get into that pair that had red news, particularly sometime 30 minutes to an hour after the news is over with. Best trading strategy for Asia session. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't trade Asia sessions that often. So maybe that would be Sherelle. Maybe we'll look at making that strategy number 8. So I'll look at that. I'm not 100% sure what I would do during Asia session, just because I don't really trade Asia session. There's not enough volatility during Asia session. So I typically don't trade that. Plus, what I've learned about the market makers, Asia session is nothing but a setup for the market maker. They're looking to set traders up. So I typically stay away from that. Hugo's Way does have negative balance protection. They will shut your account down before you hit the negative. You got in the GJ at 139.195. All right, let's see any more questions. Yeah, you're in the right direction. You cut that second candle. That's fine. Look to cut your take profit at 10 pips we talked about. On those continuation arrows, you want to look to catch your take profit somewhere around the 10 pip mark on those second arrows, is what we talked about. All right. All right, so if you upgrade to silver, what you want to do to add the additional, to add a manual account, I don't know. Dante, you have the answer. They've been asking that. I'm not 100% sure. How do they add a second account if they have the additional stuff? They just have a silver pass.
They just upgraded the silver from bronze. They just go to the AP Academy, my back office, and they should be able to see select your second tool. When you go to Auvoria Prime Connection, you should see the tool if you have a selected one. Like if you just upgrade, you got to go choose that tool, and then you get like all the access and all that stuff.
Okay, cool. So you upgraded. Now you need to go select AIRO, and then you'll have all the tools you need to be able to get set up. You have a separate VPS, right? I mean, a second account. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it on the same account as I'm trading EA on. I would just use a separate account for sure.
Steven, you cannot run AIRO with just NT4. You must run it through the company. It's all tied to the actual VPS or the RDP, which gives you access to your VPS outside of the website.
I did see that cat check by Andrew. It's just too close to the next zone, so I'm not taking it. I am gonna hop off though, Nate. I appreciate you hopping on there. I got mad respect for you for just being on and answering so many questions and talking to so many people. I'm trading New York tomorrow, so want to get a couple hours of sleep before that. But I'm super grateful. If you guys are gonna stay on, then you can welcome to stay on. But I'm really excited about this product. If you didn't get any value from this product just by seeing people live traded, there was no losses on the session. I think we took 2 trades. Some people took 1 or 2 of the other ones that we talked about, but didn't really go in on. Really excited. So it's just it's good to see so many people from all over the world being able to win. It's 4 a.m. We've been on this call for over 3 hours. Shout out to you, Nate. Again, if you haven't already, tag him. Yeah, exactly. The markets are slow too. It's December. But tag Mr. Nate Got the Bag on Instagram. Give a shout out. Go post in your Facebook group for Auvoria Prime. People need to know about AIRO. This is extremely exciting. We're going to do more live calls. We're going to get as much as we can going around this, but a lot of people are willing. So a lot of people are winning on a day in and day out basis utilizing this product. So it's 4 a.m. over here in the East Coast. Much respect. I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great night.
I'm with you, man. I appreciate you jumping on with us. All right, y'all. Hey, it's been real. Y'all have a good night. We got some pips tonight. We'll be back next week.